Welcome. In this short video, we'll look at how to take a refined topic and turn it into a strong research question. Once you have a refined topic, the next step is deciding what kind of question you want to ask. This is important because the purpose of your question determines how you'll frame it. There are 4 common directions to consider. Explore. This means you're trying to investigate something that's not fully understood, with the goal of describing it in more detail. Explain. Here, you're looking to understand the cause and effect behind something, asking why or how it happens. Compare. In this case, you're examining the similarities and differences between various groups, situations, or variables. Evaluate. This involves measuring or assessing the impact or extent of something. To show you how it works, we'll use an example. Let's say that your refined topic is the impact of social media on Canadian university students' mental health. Now, let's apply these to our example topic. To explore, we might ask, what role does social media play in student stress? To explain, we could ask, how does Instagram use influence self-esteem? To compare, we might ask, do undergrads and grads experience different effects? To evaluate, we could ask, to what extent does heavy TikTok use correlate with anxiety? Once you've chosen your direction, the next step is to shape it into a strong research question. A good research question is clear, meaning it avoids jargon and can be easily understood by someone outside your field. It should also be focused, so it's not so broad that you can't manage it within the scope of your assignment, but not so narrow that there's nothing to explore. Your question needs to be researchable, which means there's enough data, evidence, or sources available for you to actually investigate it. Another key quality is that it should be open-ended. In other words, the answer should not just be a simple yes or no, but instead invite deeper exploration and analysis. Finally, your question should be significant, addressing an issue or idea that's meaningful to your field or relevant to a community you care about. When your question checks all 5 boxes, you'll be starting your research on a strong foundation. Now, I know exactly what to consider when making my research question. Building on the example topic from earlier, I chose to go with the evaluate direction. My initial question idea for this is, does heavy TikTok use correlate with anxiety? That's a good starting point, but it's still too general. To strengthen it, I narrowed the focus and made it more specific while ensuring it is clear, researchable, open-ended and significant. The research question I came up with is, what is the relationship between daily TikTok use and anxiety levels among first-year Canadian university students? I kept the core idea, TikTok use and anxiety, but then added details from the topic, such as first-year Canadian university students, which makes the question more focused and researchable. I also rephrased the yes or no wording and made it more of an open-ended question. That way, the question invites deeper exploration instead of a simple answer, and it identifies the scope of the research better.
My research question is now complete. Now you know how to move from a broad idea to a focused research question that sets you up for success. In this video, we used the impact of social media on Canadian university students' mental health as an example topic, but this process works with other topics as well. Thanks for watching.